All right. So this morning had some like really interesting downloads that came through, right? It was like very much arrival energy, but backwards. So like imagine being born a Cancer or being considered kind of this like toxic, villainous, um, very much feared entity, right? Like an actual human that is born into this body. It's almost like well, imagine like the most devilish character that you could muster up, right? Queen of the Damned is for me, right? This is the F. Instead of being marked with a scarlet letter, this would be being marked with like you got an F in my class, right? You failed. This is falling on your face, okay? This is falling on your face 101. And it is rebuilding at the same time. So when you get sick, so I'm gonna put this into a very different context for you so that you can understand what I'm saying a la Suzaman, okay? This is number 2. Okay. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Always keep that in mind. This number 5, this is 5 and 2. So you can either take it as a 25 or a 52, okay? I do want to say I'm just hearing set, hike. This is the thing about failure. When you go to get a piercing or a tattoo, right? And I've done both. I know I've gone with people to go do such things. One of the reasonable expectations, and it is reasonable only because we have logic behind it, right? This life force, loving energy, right? This Aphrodite. I just picked this up. I'm not making this up at all. You need to understand that when you go get a tattoo or when you go get a piercing, it's going to hurt like hell. That is not going to be a comfortable process whatsoever, as in you may scream out loud. Okay? In whatever way you express discomfort, that's going to happen while you're going through whatever trial, tribulation, test of your strength. This is just like a pattern. It's a branding. It's a symbol. It's this is why some, holy books say you shouldn't do it. Is because it's kind of like putting a brand on your body, especially if you're not 100% in tune with the frequency or the vibration of the image, the words, the manifestation that you're putting on yourself. Yeah, this is creativity in the reverse. So it can make you unhappy later on. Right now, it feels really good, right? Right now, if we're talking about instant gratification, we failed because we gave into that, right? That is the equivalent of this voodoo kind of. So if this is the spirit and this is the vessel, like the voodoo doll, right? I'm going to read into this creativity in reverse. Okay, that's the energy that I'm looking into. Why is this energy resisting or not, or somehow yeah, okay. So this is a Legba La Flambeau. So the part of yourself that is super passionate is probably also very much flamboyant. And I'm going to use this piece of material that I'm going to use this as a material. It is somewhat sheer. That is kind of the veil of your own genetic imprint. These are flowers that are covering your soul. They're the failures that make you who you are. They are the ones that experience. They're the ones that dissect and understand. This is the frog leg before and after the explosion. I do just want to show you that self-control just came out in the upright. This has a lot more to do. Yeah, look. It's not so shame is here in the upright. There's like these 3 little hearts right on the corner, right? It's kind of insulation, if you will. It's a mother's duty to insulate the corners of her house before she gives birth or whatever, right? It's this, yes, that's the truth. That's the same truth that's here. You cannot deny that there is like a natural, I suppose, motherly instinct to put an apron on, to put the hard work into repairing small little things that wouldn't seem significant. That's the fabric of what it means to be a mother. It's not a business. There are no instructions. You cannot follow a set of rules to enforce that you're going to have self-control over your motherhood. I want you to go watch Overboard with Goldie Hawn. If you've never seen it before, especially if you've never seen it before, look. So this card right here came out again, but in the upright. It flipped, okay? And it flipped on top of this pile of oracle cards. So I'm just going to take the first oracle card that wants to come out. This is Judgment in reverse. There's no judgment. Yeah. There's something about like, you need to go watch Overboard. It's about a mother who is more or less stuck up. She's very hostility. Has a very highfalutin idea of herself. Excuse me. That's interesting that I open on F and I'm hearing falutin. So when you think about playing the flute versus the recorder versus the oboe, none of them are better than the other. You can just simply be really talented in one specific area or whatever, right? The rest of the choir has your back, and it's getting failure is not an option when you have hard work involved. Anything that you're not naturally skilled at, then hard work could make up for that. And it doesn't mean that you should like kill yourself, right? Trying to master something that just isn't in you. This realization of balance is realizing what you're good at and focusing on those things so that you can balance out the rest of your life. My voice wants to crack so badly right now. I'm gonna flip open to some type of an F, please. Okay, so this is focal person or agent who is at the center of poltergeist activity, which is ghost activity. This person may or may not be aware that paranormal phenomena center around them. Typically, but by no means in all cases, the focal person is a female approaching or in puberty. I don't know why, but I do want to say this is like Tyla energy. Which, for me personally, this is like rough to understand. I mean, I understand. Ophelia, are you okay? Ophelia just fell down. Ophelia. I'm pretty sure you probably heard that on camera somewhere. Yeah, there's like this. Are you all right? Okay. So there's something about like a thread behind the focal person. Typically, but by no means in all cases, the focal person is a female approaching or in puberty. That was actually the other shoe dropping is what I'm hearing. This is the 10 of discs coming out with the 6 of discs. Okay, so 10 plus 6 is 16. I will upload the video of Ophelia, you know, up to some of her antics. This epiphany, this realization of happiness has a lot to do with balancing out. I'm just going to open the deck somewhere. Yeah, balancing out the things that you've already kind of started or begun. I'm kind of very much like my godmother in multiple different aspects, which is like this, like I'm not a chicken head, like I don't plant chicken head ideas, but there's this kind of distraction level that is similar to a squirrel, which I very much which I very much feel is like Ophelia, okay? This is the Marie Laveau existence. It is existing between 2 points of understanding, either in front of or behind a specific event. Gifts immediately came out. I cut the deck over here, and gifts is right here. It's a clumsiness. There's when you're an incredible dancer, when you are an amazing performer, when you are somebody who's just like a cut above the rest, there's this strange paradox between chaos and order that simply happens. It's the order of wanting to be perfect, and that that perfection is what makes you happy. But there's also like always this like little black cloud right in your face, or like right in your way, right? And that is Ophelia falling off the coat rack, today. Yep. Basically, there's you have to be like willing and able to just kind of tuck that lesson in your front pocket and keep on moving. I don't have time to, like, today's a good day to die, but it's not my day to die, if you understand what I'm saying. There's a difference. So especially when you've already been told by somebody else, like, the time that they think you're gonna die, they've done your palmistry and ascertained that, right? Okay, here's the zombie. This is zombie energy. That's what I'm saying is that your psychic intuition and awareness does not have to remain dead. You can resuscitate it whenever you feel like it. It's a message in a bottle. I'm not laughing at anybody in particular. I'm laughing because it's the best and only place to hide a key from any species is inside of themselves. And it is because we're inherently like that dumb. Literally inherently that dumb. Like most most people are never going to wake up to the fact that if you are able to play your own feedback loop back to yourself, you will change, because you probably won't like the way your voice sounds. If you record your own voice and play it back, you probably won't like the way that your own image looks, which is why you have to be an actor or an actress or somebody who's extremely flexible in mind, body, spirit, character, and development skills to survive this owl moment where you're like the watcher. You're it's instead of trying to be inside of the world and poke your head out to see what's there, you are now on the outside poking your head in. And it is a very strange shift in consciousness is what I want to say. Oh my God. Look, here's the rainbow coming out. It just flipped all by itself. It was the only one. It was right on top. It just flipped all by itself. It's a very strange, like OVO, like this is my ova, this is my egg, this is my idea. It is a painter covered in paint. Does it mean that I'm a lesbian? No. It means I'm a creator, which could also just mean mother. If you don't want to call me a queen when I'm dressed like this, maybe you'll just pay attention to my updo because it's looking hella fly right now, okay? However you want to do this, that is that was on the back of the deck right there. This is not a question of, is my offspring royalty? Yes. I am really busy with my paintbrush trying to reinvent the things that have already been knocked down, like the Georgia headstones. That little piece of owl was not my potion, my idea, my concoction. I'm still here. That is not. And I do know what it represents, I guess. It's a translation that everybody got lost in. And so now we're going to recreate it in a way that is somehow, yes, fruitful. Very much just fruitful. It's that lesson that you need to understand with me, I suppose. And that's why it's coming out here. The ancestors are screaming it from the rooftops. It is go out, create and be multiply and create, or create and be see what I mean? How this dyslexic thing can just make you really artistic. All I heard was the word create and multiply, and whether I'm supposed to multiply in my creations, or whether I'm just supposed to go out and create. I get really confused. So I'm still very much like vibrant in my expression. Doesn't mean that there's like this link between myself and whatever definition of the rainbow. No, there's a double rainbow. If you look in this deck, there's a double rainbow, which last time I checked, it's like a negative times a negative, which I'm not trying to be all any kind of anything, but the rainbow doesn't go like this. It's not a positive sign, right? In society in general. So a negative times a negative equals a positive, which means if I'm willing to represent myself this way, then every counterpart in my family now has a backdrop. They have to choose. Are you able to accept it or not? Do you know what a woman is? Is this a question of my heart, my soul, my color? Or are all these queries just part of a test? Are they part of a lab, a system, a systemic laboratory test? That is the faculty. I think Usher is in that movie, right? The faculty. Is it the staph, Mustafa? Is it like the staph infection? Because it's Four of Wands. This is what it is. It's all of the light bulb moments happening simultaneously. It is Divergent, Hogwarts, whatever. I've already gone through this. I'm only giving you like maybe half the key because I'm not really in the mood anymore. Takes the mood right out of the egg when it's just manipulation. Just been string theory. How many times in a row can we loop this back onto itself? I want a sewing machine and now I have one. Now, if y'all want to do the loop-de-loop, we can just do that all day long, every day, and I'll just create stuff that way. That's fine with me. But understand that you got stuck somewhere between the Cloverfield paradox, when the man's arm is in the side of the ship. Like, spaceships are meant to fly, like that ship. And then, like, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where they turn into Play-Doh and clay, yarn, string, Legos, Lincoln Logs, all types of Toys R Us. Okay? Yeah. Nobody's gonna defend that anymore. This is the upside down. This is the mask, or the, I do want to say it's a gas mask rather than being like an astronaut mask. Babies don't need masks in utero because there's amniotic fluid. Look. I don't think you can see that still. Look. You still can't see it. Whatever. I'm just going to pick it up. Babies don't need gas masks or astronaut masks or helmets or biking helmets or anything. They don't need that in utero because they're already there. So this is, ironically enough, this is the irony of duplicity and exactly what I'm talking about. These two are proving the fact that there is a double rainbow. A negative times a negative within a horde, right? Two people who are thinking in negative ways, or at least agree about some negative input in the environment, situation, scenario, whatever. If you're going to reconceptualize that, you have to bounce ideas back and forth. Like there's, this is the frequency. Who actually embodies this energy right here? I'll let you ascertain that out of these three entities. This could be 311. This could be, the only thing we know for sure is that this is not 111, right? This is the number 5 and this is 0. This is 0 point, this is number 5. So maybe this is 511. Okay. Then over here, we have got the egg up close. It's like zooming in. It's these two flying into an unseen, unknown, I want to say planet. I want to say planet right here inside of the galactic sequence. That's the way time and space are playing out here, is in a sequence. It's in a spiral. And when you zoom in on this egg, this is what you see, is that there is very much this like chicken head reconceptualization. So it is not so much at all defensive. This woman here would be defensive. This is the idea that that egg is coming from the dead. In the reverse, it's coming from something that's very much alive. So when you have your Wall-E moment, looking down at Earth, this is the devil in reverse. This is the devil in the upright. You really don't have any concept of where you're starting here and where you're beginning. Could be either way. And the problem with you honing in on or zoning in, like zoning out, completely disregarding either way, would be that on the other end of things, you will regret that specific decision. And that is the Ace of Swords right here. So what I'm saying is the truth. There's a very much a commitment that either has to happen here or not. Yeah, I'm just picking up piles and showing you what's under them. The Sun of Swords is here. So whatever the Sun is saying is very much like, I don't really understand. I don't know how that devil energy is supposed to play out, but it is not giving you coverage any longer. This negative energy, this filling in the blanks is what I'm hearing. It's ad-libbing, will no longer be tolerated when it comes to like actual seedlings or actual children, actual the birth of real ideas. That needs to be honored, it needs to be sacred, and it needs to be sanctified. I'm gonna go back to this deck really quickly, and then I'm gonna close the reading because I've been on here for almost 30 minutes. So it's gonna take like days to upload. Yeah, here's the rest. I'm sure kind of off camera you saw me pull this. That is what this is. I am as well as I am is a powerful statement. I am embodies the ancestral strength that only resides within specific bloodlines. So because of that, you are able to birth and rebirth is what I'm hearing. Oh, okay. And then there's an afterbirth that comes out. It's the placenta. This is the placenta, the bloody placenta. I do want to say the other day I was noticing there are two shadowy figures, life and death, right? So we teeter on the edge of that when we give birth. Then there's these three portals that open on the surface, along the surface of the earth. And those portals are the ones that have the scales. They're the ones that weigh out the significance, the weight of the heart. What is in this sack? What is in this cocoon? What is in this specific placenta? What is in this place? What has entered this place? That's like the specific verbiage I hear. There's a being that is very much discerning and will weigh out quickly these scales that are required to sort out whose hand will touch what. And when there's never, you're not supposed to touch God's anointed. Not a finger. That's what was said. So this is going to stand in your way for the rest of your existence unless you can understand that certain individuals are covered, that they've already been, for a lack of a better word, taken. If you've never seen that movie Left Behind or read the book, go do so. There are certain people who have already been marked. They've been set to the side. They've been actually given a message in a bottle that is something beyond anything that you could understand. They have a lot of work to do. And does it have to do with the devil? Not necessarily, but there are definitely dualities, since you want to play with words, that have devilish, villainous kind of intentions amongst humans. And rather than being complacent, these are the people, these are the revolutionaries, these are the this is the Introduction 101 to fighting the status quo. It's being able and strong and understanding what that means when it comes to bringing information. So this focal person, a person or agent who is at the center of poltergeist activity, this person may or may not be aware that paranormal phenomenon center around them. Typically, but not by all means in any case, the focal person is a female approaching or in puberty. So I am neither. However, because of the nature of wasting, if you've ever heard of witches and the wasting, it is supposed to make you waste away. It is supposed to make you age backwards. It is, so focal person, I just want to tell you that flying saucer, says CUFO, is directly over the focal person. So that's a clue right there. I'm going to leave it there for you because to me, there's really nothing to see here, folks.